Hey there, this is Herc Magnus, and in today's video, we want to go over how to find and choose the perfect golden niche to build a rank and rent website for. Now, there's only two ingredients that make up the perfect golden niche, and they are these. Number one, it must be profitable. There's no point in building a website if there's no chance that it's going to make you any profit. And number two, it must be easy to rank in Google. Now, we don't want you going out there picking niches that are too hard to rank in Google that'll never get you anywhere. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use a software that my partner Todd and I developed called Keyword Supremacy that's going to help us measure those two ingredients and find the perfect, profitable, easy to rank for golden niche. Now, if you stay till the end of this video, we're actually also going to give you a free trial of this software so that you can start playing around and seeing if you can find your own perfect golden niche. So let's head over to my computer. We're going to show you how to use Keyword Supremacy, and we're going to find multiple golden niches using this software. All right, so here we are inside of Keyword Supremacy software, which is the tool we built that is going to help us find our golden niche keywords. But before we start using the software, there's a couple other documents that I built just to help us reference the two things that are important to finding a golden niche, which are we have to, number one, make sure that is going to be profitable, and then number two, we have to make sure it's going to be easy to rank for. So to measure profitability, I put together this spreadsheet, which is basically a calculator, and it's based on certain elements, but the core of it is the keyword search volume. So Keyword Supremacy will tell us what the search volume of the keyword is, but then from there we have to kind of add in a couple of different metrics. So you'll see numbers in orange, and these are what we're going to input to give us an estimated rental value of our site. Now, we can look at just a single keyword, but that's typically not what we're going to be targeting when we build our sites. We're actually going to rank for multiple keywords. So I've included keyword one, the search volume of that, keyword search volume 2, and keyword search volume 3. And then I've included us ranking at either number 1 in Google, number 2 in Google, or number 3 in Google, and the average CTR at each of those positions. And the CTR just means if you're ranking number 1 in Google, typically how many people will actually click on a listing at either number 1, number 2, or number 3. And those numbers are actually around 32% for number 1, 25% for number 2, and 18% for number 3. So for instance, if we find a keyword that gets searched on average 200 times a month, that means the traffic that we can probably get to our website while ranking number 1 is about 64. If we're at number 2, we'll get about 50 of those 200 visits. And if we're at number 3, we'll get about 36 of those 200 visits. So we want to be realistic, okay? And that's why I built these in here. The next orange number that we have to affect is our traffic to call conversion. So meaning if we do rank our keyword that gets 200 searches a month, okay, number 1 in Google, that's going to get us about 65 visitors to our website, but not all of them are going to call the number on our website. So we have to account for that, and we call it a call conversion. Now, a steady call conversion that we should be able to achieve is about 20%, or 1 in every 5 visitors to our website can pick up the phone. And when we do the calculations on that, if we're able to get 64 visitors from 200 hits, that means we can make the phone ring about 13 times. Now, once again, there's another conversion we have to look at, and that's how many of those phone calls can we turn into paying jobs. And that's not really our job. Our job is to make the business phone number, to make the business's phone ring, but it's their job to sell the people that are calling them. But we're going to try and get a valuation of our site based on them closing about 20% of the people that call them. And then we also have to understand a little bit about how much would the job cost. So for instance, if we were doing something like tree service, obviously there's a wide range of costs there involved based on the number of trees that they have to cut or prune or whatever the service is, maybe chop them down, the size of the tree, the complexity of the project. If it's a dentist, it could be a range, but we're looking for a basic number, okay? The average profit per job, because if we're going to get about 3 jobs from 13 calls from 64 visits from 200 sites, and each job average is going to cost about $1,000. In this scenario, what it means is that we can bring that client around $2,500 a month in new business. And then the last number is, if we can bring them $2,500 in new business, how much should we charge them to do it? Because they have margins as well. And I've put that at a very, very conservative 5%, meaning if we can bring them $2,500 in new business, we should be able to say, listen, I want $128. So now we're going to go for a little bit better of a value than that. And you'll see how this calculator plays out once we go through and start looking at keywords. The next one that we're going to look at is it easy to rank? Okay, and for this, I've prepared a niche selection checklist that really just makes sure that while you're looking at the keywords, the things that we need to be in place are in place for us to know that this will be an easy keyword to rank for. So one of the things, for instance, is we have to make sure that it's profitable. This calculator is in the checklist. We have to make sure that the city or the population is small enough that there's not many businesses in the area that have a website that we have to compete against. We have to make sure that people are actually searching for the keyword, but not too many people, because there exists a correlation between search volume and competition in Google. So keywords that get like 20,000 searches a month are typically pretty competitive, but in the local space and in small cities where we're only about 100 to 500, the competition goes down. And then we have a bunch of metrics. Okay, now I'm not going to go over these in detail with you. I will provide you with this sheet, which will explain each of these steps on its own, but we keep these in mind and we use this checklist. I print it off, and as I'm going through, I'm making sure, yes, we have a good niche value per sale, yes, we have a small city, yes, we have search volume, and so on and so forth. So let's just go ahead and go over to the tool. Okay, and we're going to start hunting. Now, what this is, the feature of the tool that we're going to use is called the search database. This is a global database of results from all users who are searching for keywords inside of Keyword Supremacy. Every time a new keyword is found, it is added to the global database. And currently we are sitting on over 500 million keywords, which is pretty amazing. But we don't want to look at 500 million keywords. We want to set filters down to the scenario for rank and rent properties. So we're going to lower the search volume down to 999. Cost per click is a measure of how much money is a business willing to pay to advertise a keyword in Google and have it clicked on. So I'm going to raise this up to $10. That's going to get rid of a lot of these CPCs with zero and these random keywords. And you're going to start seeing a lot of local type keywords start popping up, like in a specific city with a specific niche. And then the competition filter is how many people are bidding on that keyword, right? So the more people that are bidding on that keyword means there's more businesses that are interested in getting traffic from that keyword. So that's a metric that helps us understand there's people out there spending money on Google, which if they replace their budget with Google with maybe us, we can save them money and we can make ourselves some money. So once we have those set, we just press go, and you can see it's analyzing through 500 million keywords. And now we're down to about 2.2 million keywords. Okay, and now we have to do a search. We're going to actually search by keywords, and there's two ways we can do this. We can search for specific niches. So one of the ideas that I like to get across my mind is, obviously we want something that has a high NVPS. So something like, you know, maybe someone that does siding or roofing versus someone who does cutting grass. People who cut your grass don't charge you that much, but people who build a roof for you are going to charge you more. Meaning if we build a website and send leads to a roofer, we can probably make a lot more money because they're going to make a lot more money, versus if we build a website about cutting grass, you know, that's not going to be very profitable. So home services, you know, things like bathrooms, basements, kitchens, decks and fences, garages, all these big things that people do to maintain their home are great services. There's also like people related services. So things that people do that are typically expensive. Things like weddings, there's all kinds of crazy stuff like wedding bands, wedding venues, wedding receptions, all kinds of stuff. Wedding catering. In people services, there's things like childcare, elderly care, equipment rental. So there's all kinds of niches that we could go after. Okay. And we can search by those niches, or we can search by the city, and I'm going to actually do both. So one thing I like to do is I like to just load up a map of the United States, and then I just like to zoom in on a places. Now, I don't want to go after too big of a city like Oklahoma City, right? I'm looking for like a little bit smaller of a city, so something like Longview or Shreveport. So we can start there. So I'm just going to go to the search and I'm going to type in Shreveport, right? And then what I'm saying is, out of all these 2 million keywords, only show me keywords that have Shreveport in them. So I'll just click enter. And now it is looking for all the keywords with Shreveport. And I'm going to sort my results. So you can see we're down to only 63 results, which is great. And we went from 500 million to 63, which is great. And I'm going to sort them by search volume. That's what volume is. This is us getting information on Shreveport plumber, for instance, is a keyword that is searched for 480 times in Google. Businesses are willing to pay $17 per click for their ad to show up when someone searches for this keyword. And the competition is medium, meaning that there's multiple people who are willing to pay that. So next, we have to kind of start looking at the keywords and thinking, what business could I possibly build? So something like Shreveport Moving Company. Now, 260 searches a month, $13 CPC. Okay, so right away we're thinking, okay, is there money in moving? Yeah, they are. Moving is expensive. So what we do is open up our calculator. And remember, we had 260 searches per month, and the minimum moving job, depending on things, is definitely 1,000, but the average for moving is probably a little more. It's probably like $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000. So we'll put in $3,000. So there we go. With that keyword, just by ranking a single keyword number one on Google, we could bring a business around $10,000 per month in new revenue, and we could probably charge them around $500 a month to do it. So that keyword is definitely profitable. Now, the next step is it easy to rank for? So what we're going to do there is we're going to look at this keyword in Google, and we're going to check a couple of results. So the first thing that we're going to look at is, this is called a broad match search in Google. It's just the way most people use Google. They put a keyword in and they search, but this is the number that we're going to look at, okay? And in the broad match, really, it doesn't matter what the number says. If it's less than 1 million, that's an awesome bonus, but it doesn't really matter. It gets a little bit more specific, and this number starts meaning more as we get more specific. So the next window, you can see we still have that keyword phrase, but this time we've wrapped it in quotes, and the number has dropped significantly because now we're asking Google for something much more specific. We're saying the word or the phrase Shreveport Moving Company must exist in the result that they're showing you, right? In that order, those 3 keywords in that order must exist somewhere on the website. Whereas in the broad search, they're just looking for any keyword Shreveport Moving or Company to exist anywhere. So that's why you get more results. The next thing that we're going to look at, okay, is called an in-title search, where we're taking that keyword phrase wrapped in quotes and we're saying how many people have this exact phrase in the title of their results. So you can see Shreveport Moving Company. Here we have Shreveport Moving, and then it's deprecated, but it's there. And you can see it again here, Shreveport Moving Company. Only 3 people actually are targeting that keyword in their title, and that's great. We're looking to see something less than about 65 results here for it to signify that it is a very easy, or likely a very easy keyword to rank for. And the last one we're going to look at is the same thing, but instead of looking for this keyword phrase in the title, we're actually looking for it in the URL. So Shreveport Moving Company, you can see here in the URL, Shreveport Moving Company, Shreveport Moving Company, and there's only 4 here again. And once again, we're looking for less than about 65 to signify that it's likely an easy site to rank for. I forgot to mention in the phrase match, we're actually looking for it to be less than 20,000. And you can see we only have 256 results here. So Shreveport Moving Company actually looks like a really great keyword that definitely has profit in it, because if just one keyword ranks, we could possibly make $500 a month based on the phone calls and the sales. And then it looks like it's fairly easy to rank for based on these basic checks. Now I'm gonna get a little bit more advanced with you here, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually look at the real built first page, because people don't search like this in Google unless they really know what they're doing. The typical person who's looking for a moving company in Shreveport is just going to type in Shreveport moving company and then just start going through the results. Now, our objective is to get ranked number one, but in order to understand how easy or hard it is going to be, we do have to look at the first page of Google. And the first thing we're going to do is say, okay, I'm going to copy this keyword. I'm going to press Control F on my browser. I'm using Chrome, and that'll bring up a search window. And then I'm going to press Control V so that I put the search term into the search box in the browser, and it's going to highlight anywhere that it finds that keyword phrase. And what I'm looking for is, do people have it in the description or in the title or in the URL in the top 10 results in Google? And we can see no. It's showing up down here, but that doesn't count because that's Google saying these are searches related to Shreveport Moving Company. But as far as the websites themselves that are ranking on the first page of Google, nobody is actually optimized for that specific keyword phrase, which is another indication that yes, this might be an excellent keyword to build a website for, because nobody out there that has a moving company in Shreveport really knows how to do proper search engine optimization and optimize their listing for that keyword. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to use something called Moz, okay? So you can sign up at moz.com. You can sign up for a free account, and then you're going to go and just search Google for Moz Chrome extension, and you're going to add a little extension that looks like this up here. And what that's going to tell us is how powerful and how trusted are the sites on the first page. Now, this is a little more advanced, and we can offer you more advanced training on what each of these numbers are going to be, but I'm just going to show it to you and just move through this rather quickly. So I'm going to turn this on, okay, and you'll see each result will get a black box with some information in it. Now, there's two types of sites that are always going to appear when you're looking at a local keyword for rank and rent. Number one is going to be like the big sites like Yelp, Home Advisor, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, stuff like that. And they're typically going to have something called a DA, which means domain authority. And I won't get into that. It's going to be very high, up near 100. These are basically trust and power scores, 0 being not trusted in Google's eyes and not powerful in Google's eyes, and 100 means very trusted and very powerful. So the DA is measuring the trust and the power of this entire website and every page. So Yelp, obviously a big site, probably millions of pages and millions of businesses on Yelp. Google really trusts it. Google really believes it's powerful. PA stands for page authority, and that's the actual URL that we're looking at within Yelp, or the actual page on Yelp. So these guys have a page authority of 45, and then this 0 links is how many links has this company Moz found that actually point to this actual page. And links are an important measure for us to signify if it's going to be easy or hard to rank for, because Google looks at the backlinks of a website and determines how many backlinks there are, how powerful are the backlinks, and then they can move sites up or down based on their links. So we just want to look at all the sites. So the two types of links are going to be, like I said, we call them high DA properties. So the Yelps, the Angie's List, stuff like that, Yellow Pages. And then the other ones are just going to be local mom and pop shops. So the things we're going to look for in the big high DA is that they don't really have any links pointing to their page. They're specifically ranking in Google simply because the site is so trusted, but they aren't optimized and nobody's building links to the page. So if you see these high DA sites like Yelp, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, Home Advisor, but you see 0 links, that is a good thing. So let's see how many we can find. Yelp is ranking number 1, 0 links. So that's great. Here's another one, Allied, which is a big national moving company, 25 links with a DA of 53. Not great, but they're also not optimized. Okay, then we have Angie's List, 0 links. There's another one, Better Business Bureau, 0 links. Here we have Movers.com, big national moving company, high DA of 52, 0 links. Another Movers.com listing on a different page, once again 0 links. 3 Best Rated is obviously a big brand site that rates companies, 0 links. So there's lots of these pages showing up, and they're just showing up once again, not because they're optimized well, not because they have links. It's just because Google has to show something on the first page. And since these are the closest thing to that keyword with high trust and high power, they're showing. Now, the next type of sites that we have to look at are the actual local sites. So you can see Johnson Moving, Shreveport.com. This is likely actually just a real site, right? It's a real business, and he's ranking on the first page of Google. So is he optimized very well? No, he's not. He's not optimized for this specific keyword because he's a moving company. He probably doesn't know how to do SEO, or he hasn't hired an SEO to do it for him. So he has a DA of 15, a PA of 24, and 51 links. Now, over time, you'll start understanding more what these mean, and we teach more what these mean. But right now, that's kind of a medium level of competition, low to medium, okay? So that's a good thing as well. So we're going to see another one here, the Moving Guys for Rent, DA 13, very low, PA 20 with 30 links. We see CummingsMoving.net, DA 13, 65 links, okay? And then the rest are properties. So overall, this is like something that we could probably rank this site on the first page of Google just by optimizing it better. So the last step, okay, is can we buy this domain? Is it available? And we like to work with something called EMD. So I'm just going to go over to a domain registrar where you can buy domains, and I'm going to put that into the search to see if there's any domains available, okay? And I'm going to look for the .com, the .net, and the .org. So I'll put .com, okay? We can see the .com is already registered, okay, that's fine. We're gonna only look at 3 extensions, .com, .net, .org. There you go. We can see the Shreveport.net is available to register for $17, and then we're gonna go to .org. And we can see that is also available to rent for $18 Canadian for me because I'm in Canada. But the fact that 2 out of 3 are available to be purchased and build a website on is another ranking factor that we can go ahead and build a site and rank it. Now, these are called EMDs, meaning this is the keyword that we're looking at, Shreveport Moving Company. And EMD means exact match domain, meaning I want a domain that is an exact match of the keyword that we're looking after. So after all those steps, we've already found a niche, okay, that is profitable. We can rent or we can buy the domain, and it's easy to rank for, relatively easy to rank for. So right out of the gate, we found one super fast. Now, the nice thing, okay, about this is, remember, from the calculator, we just looked at one keyword, but we're not gonna just rank for one keyword. We're gonna rank for multiple keywords. So for instance, Shreveport Moving Company, Shreveport Moving Companies, Moving Company Shreveport. Okay, so there's lots of ways. If I even put in Shreveport and moving, I need both words to be included. Okay, there's 3 keywords right there, okay, that we could probably rank for. And we have 260, 260, and 10. So if I go back to my calculator and I put in keyword 1 was 260, keyword 2 was 260, and keyword 3 was 10, you can see we're now bringing these guys around 35 calls a month, booking them 7 new jobs a month, and bringing them $20,000 in revenue. And we can likely ask for $1,000 a month. So you can actually make your websites more valuable by simply driving more traffic to them, bringing in more phone calls. So let's go ahead and we're going to do this again. We're going to look for more services. So Shreveport was a really great one. Let's just do something pretty simple. Let's type in the word bathroom. Rather than a city this time, we're going to go into like home services. And I just want to type in bathroom, right? Is there any companies out there that do anything with bathrooms? So you can see lots of great stuff. Bathroom remodel, Chicago, bathroom remodeling, Chicago, Illinois. Like these 3 keywords, if you could rank for them, provide like almost 2,500 searches per month just in bathroom remodeling Chicago. But remember, from our checklist, we definitely want to pick a city or a town that has a lower population, because there's probably lots of companies in Chicago that do bathroom remodeling. So we have to go into smaller cities. And typically we can do that just by lowering the search volume. So I'm going to go all the way over to page 2 actually. Let's see what we got here. I'm going to go under 500 because that's what I recommend. So we have Las Vegas, that's a big city. Austin's a little big. Okay, I'm gonna keep going down the line here. You can see Las Vegas, Columbus, Ohio. We can check it. So for instance, bathroom remodeling San Antonio. Well, okay, 390 searches per month. I'm not sure of the population of San Antonio, but we'll just check it. Okay, so bathroom remodeling, let's see, bathroom remodel is probably about 5,000 bucks on the low end, and our keyword has 390 searches per month. So I'm just gonna pop that in there, and then I'll do 0 and 0. Okay, and our potential profit is $700 to $1,200, ranking anywhere in the top 3, and that's per month. Okay, so we know it's profitable. Now, is it easy to rank for bathroom remodeling San Antonio? We're gonna look at Google. I'm gonna do this rather fast. Okay, in URL 1,400 results, way too competitive. Okay, so we're just gonna close it and move on, and that's how fast we move on. Once we know our rules, okay, we move quickly because we want to disqualify things very, very, very quickly. So I'm gonna go back up to the top. Okay, bathroom remodelers in Kansas City, we can check it out. In URL 3, that's great. In title 8, that's great. Less than 20,000 in phrase, that's great. So we're on to the first page, and we're just gonna look at our DA and PA. So Home Advisor, this guy is building links to his page on a big DA. So that might be hard to beat, but let's see if they're actually optimized for this keyword. Once again, I'll press Control F, look at the keywords. So they have it in their description. This guy has it in his title. So I'm gonna just close it off. It looks like it might be a little more competitive, and we're just gonna move on. So here we have bathroom remodelers, Colorado Springs. Okay, and we're gonna look at in URL, 7 results, that's great. Title, 3 results, that's great. Phrase, 7 results, that's excellent. And then we're closing in on the million mark, which is just a bonus. And we're gonna look at the top 10. So a DA80 with 4 links, that's not bad. Better Business Bureau with 0 link, not bad. Thumbtack, 0 links, not bad. Bath Planet, which is probably a bigger company, so only 3 links, that's not bad. Another Yelp with 0 links, that's great. We finally get our first local site with a DA13, which is really low, PA40, 186 links. Now that might be a little bit tough to beat, but okay, is anyone optimized for the actual keyword? Control F, Control Find. Nobody, okay? Nobody that's on the first page is actually optimizing for this specific keyword phrase, bathroom remodelers, Colorado Springs. So let's get back to our results here. BJ Contractors is not doing it, even though they have decent numbers here. They have very poor optimization, and we could beat people that have good numbers here just by optimizing well. Okay, here's a guy with 0 links. Okay, he has 0 links, a really low DA and a really low PA, and very poor optimization. That I'm 100% convinced after seeing something like this that I could rank on the first page just looking at that. Okay, and then we have another DA 90 and 85 with 1 link, another local guy with 293 links, but poor optimization. There's 2 already that we found. Okay, guys, so this is the idea. This is how we use keyword supremacy. I could go on. I can do one more if you want. Bathrooms, basements. Let's just look at basement, okay? And I'm gonna see what pops up here. So we're in the 880 search volume. We want to go very, very lower. We want to go way down, okay, just to make sure these guys at the top and with the most search volume are going to be all the most competitive stuff. So we're looking for a location, right? We're not looking at basement water damage. We're looking at something that definitely has a location attached to it. So I'm going to go to the 3rd page here. Okay, and now we're looking at, let's see, basement waterproofing in Michigan. Well, I'd rather have a city than a state. So let's see, basement remodeler, Chicago, too big of a city. And Michigan, basement waterproofing, Kansas City. Okay, so I don't know how much basement waterproofing is, but I'm pretty sure it isn't cheap, especially exterior. So we're gonna look at this. I'll close these tabs up. Okay, and first of all, is it profitable? So people are paying $23 a click. As you do this more and more, you'll realize the more they pay per click, the more profitable it probably is, right? So we have 260. I'll go to my calculator. Okay, so basement waterproofing, that's probably about a $5,000 thing. If I rank one keyword anywhere from number 1 to 3, I can make $500 to $800 per month with a site. So yes, it's profitable. It's just one keyword. We can rank for multiple keywords. is it easy to rank for? Here's something that came up, and I'm glad. These are called Google guaranteed ads, and we do not want to compete against these. So I would just basically say no thank you to those and move on. So let's see if we can find one more, because I'm almost at the 30-minute mark here. Basement finishing in Colorado Springs, 260 searches. We're gonna look quickly in URL. 2 results is great. In title, 18 results is great. Phrase match, less than 1,000 when we're looking for less than 20,000. That is great. And then once again on the first page, we have 2 million results. We don't have that bonus, but let's look at what is going on. Angie's List, huge site, only 1 link. Well, let's first of all look at, is anybody optimizing for this phrase? Control C, Control F. Put that keyword in. We have a few people. Okay, so let's look at it. A few people are a little better here. Home Advisor with 125 links. That's a little tough, but they're not optimized. Okay, we have this site, a local guy, Remodel CS, where he has a DA11 and a PA32 with 186 links. And I'll just give you guys a tip right now. You might not know this if you don't know what Moz Data is, but anytime you see a ton of links, but you have a really low domain authority or page authority, they're not that good of links, okay? This guy's probably got some company building links for him, but they're not doing a very good job. Here we have a DA18 PA27 with 9 links, and he does have basement finishing in Colorado Springs in his description, but the description is the 3rd most important place to have that. You need it in your title, you need it in your URL, so that's not bad. DA8 with 13 links, not optimized, okay? Yelp. They got it in their title and in their description, but 0 links. So here's another one, guys. Here's another one where I'm fairly confident that we could probably rank a site on the first page. And let's go look at keyword supremacy again here. We have basement finishing Colorado Springs. So I'm actually going to just put that right in. Basement finishing Colorado. Okay, I'm just going to actually put that in, see how many other keywords come up. So we have a 260, even though we're targeting Colorado Springs, there's always a slight chance we could also rank for Colorado, but we have 260 and a 20, so we can add that over to our calculator. It won't bring it up much, but you can see from $500 to $900 a month. So it's all about finding these properties, guys, that are number one. They're going to be profitable if you get the job done. You need to know that before you spend money and time building your website. And then number 2, you need to know that they're going to be easy to rank for, but you just need to know how to be able to tell those things, okay? And we'll give you this this spreadsheet, or sorry, this checklist, and I'll give you access to this calculator so that you can play around with it if you want. And then, guys, we're also going to give you access to Keyword Supremacy, the search database, so that you can go in here, start playing around with this stuff and see if you can find your own. And then who knows, you can go maybe find a domain. And I'm pretty sure that this video has been watched enough times that the ones that we found have already been registered and sites might be being built on them. You can go and check that out. Just type them in and see if someone's building sites. But we'll give you this stuff, let you play around with it. So just enter your information below and we'll send you access to get Keyword Supremacy. And this is the feature that you're going to use. We'll give you that for a little while to play around with. And I definitely want you guys to come back on the next video, because we're going to talk about if we can get, 18 phone calls just from ranking a site number one, anywhere from 10 to 18 phone calls just by ranking a site for a couple of keywords in the top 3. Imagine what we can do now. All right, we're talking about ranking our sites here, or here, but imagine what we can do if we can also put our site right here. These are called the Google Maps listings. So come back for the next video and we're going to talk about how we can get our sites into the Google Maps, and that will more than double our calls. And let me show you what will happen if we can more than double our calls. We have basically a site value with this from anywhere from $500 a month to $900 a month, but doubling our phone calls is going to be akin to like basically doubling our traffic. So this would be somewhere in the vein of like 600 searches a month This would be something like $400 a month. And you can see now we're looking at site rental values of between $1,100 and $2,000. And we can do this multiple times, guys. So it's all about having the right knowledge, and then it's all about having the right tools to help you use that knowledge to find local sites that you can build and rent out. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. Sign up below to get free access to Keyword Supremacy, and we'll see you in the next video all about GMB.